This is the new Megane RS. If you're familiar with your hot hatches, the words Megane RS will be etched in your mind as one of the all-time greats.
Since it appeared in 2004, the Megane RS has built a reputation as being a formidable performer, both on and off the track. This third generation RS certainly lives up to its predecessors, with blistering performance and equally impressive handling, going head to head with its key competitors, such as the Civic Type R, the Golf GTI and the Focus RS.
So as the saying goes, first impressions count, and when you see this model up close, you have to admit it's a great looking car.
From the front, the imposing Renault Sport grille and bumper with F1 style front blade give it an aggressive stance, with LED headlights and RS Vision checkered flag style driving lamps completing the look. Moving to the side, the stylish 18-inch graphite alloy wheels sit tight to the wide front wheel arches and give this Megane its muscular look, which is more noticeable when viewing the car from the rear, complemented by large central mounted exhaust and downforce inducing rear diffuser, adding the finishing touches. So what's it like to drive? Well, it's rather good. In fact, it's brilliant. I have to say, I'm very impressed with this 1.8 turbo engine. Now, previous editions of the Megane RS had 2-litre engines, which were absolutely incredible. However, with this, they've managed to make the engine smaller, but more powerful. Its twin-scroll turbocharged petrol engine was designed in cooperation with the Renault Formula 1 team. This produces 280 brake horsepower with 390 Nm of torque, enabling it to reach 158 miles an hour and a 0 to 62 time of 5.8 seconds. The exhaust note sounds fantastic too, with a satisfying rasp with plenty of pops and bangs on the overrun as you go up and down the gears. The version I'm driving is the 6-speed manual gearbox, and it's really good. The changes are short, they're smooth, and they really allow you to make the most of this really torquey engine. Handling is where this car really comes into its own. Its 4-wheel steering allows the car to stick to the road like it's on rails. 4-wheel steering, which is displayed on the door pillars as 4Control, isn't a new feature to the Megane range, having been previously fitted to the GT model. Where it's different is with the RS, it's been heavily revised for increased agility through the corners. To optimise road handling, the electronically controlled setup features actuators that turn the rear wheels up to 2.7 degrees in the opposite direction to the front, or up to 1 degree in the same direction. This changeover happens at 37 miles an hour in all modes other than race, which switches to a much higher 62 miles per hour. Further aiding the handling is the Renault Sport suspension setup, which has struts up front and a torsion bar to the rear, with wider front and rear axle tracks and hydraulic compression stops. The hydraulic compression stops are independent fluid-filled shock absorbers that sit on the lower end of the front and rear suspension struts, similar to those fitted on rally cars. Essentially a shock absorber within a shock absorber. The purpose of this is to dissipate the energy without transferring it to the wheel, avoiding any rebound and pendulum effects, enabling optimal control of the tyre ground contact. This also makes dealing with everyday instances, such as potholes and speed bumps, that little bit easier. Adding to the impressive handling is the imposing rear diffuser. Whilst it looks good, it actually induces downforce, helping the Megane stick to the road, eliminating the need for an oversized spoiler as seen on the likes of the Civic Type R. For drivers who demand that little bit extra from their hot hatch, the optional cup chassis is worth serious consideration. This features uprated springs, uprated Brembo braking system, and a limited slip differential, which further adds to the driving and handling experience, taking the RS to another level. Stepping inside the cabin and the Megane sporting credentials continues, with RS logo embossed sports seats, aluminium pedals, and a chunky 3-spoke steering wheel with red stitching, which continues onto the gear lever. With a large 8.7-inch touchscreen infotainment system. In here you can access the UK and European satellite navigation, DAB radio, multi-sense, reversing camera, Bluetooth with Bluetooth audio streaming, and controls for the dual zone climate control. This is where you can also access a wide range of apps via the Renault R-Link store to personalise your car further. Other functions within the R-Link 2 infotainment system include control of the optional RS monitor, where drivers have access to a wealth of information. These include acceleration, braking, tyre pressures, engine temperatures, steering angle, and operation of the 4Control system. Equipment and safety-wise, the RS is similar to other models in the Megane range. A spacious boot with 60/40 split rear seats and enough headroom and legroom for passengers underline its ability to be a family car as much as a sports car. A multitude of airbags, traction control, tyre pressure monitoring all come as standard, along with a variety of other safety options available at additional cost, details of which can be found on the Renault Sport website.
So if you're looking for a car with blistering performance, superb handling, distinctive and striking looks, then the Megane RS may just be the car for you. Developed with the Renault Formula One race team and with a legacy of many RS Meganes before it, this is one hell of a driver's car. If you fancy taking one for a spin, why not visit one of our Renault Retail RS specialists across the country?